Welcome to another episode of Sparks and Blaze. Today we'll be delving deep into a very significant topic that will make huge impacts in your life. And what is today's topic? The power of micro progress. Do not underestimate the power of micro progress. What micro progress simply means is you taking little or tiny calculated measurable steps towards a defined goal. So it's quite significant because in today's world, people are very stressed, youth, young people, they have like an idea in their mind that they want to achieve, the way they want to look, things they want to get hold of, and all of those kinds of things. And then they begin to wonder about those things from the top rather than thinking about how those things actually started, how they grew, and how those ideas arrived at what they are now admiring or what they now want for themselves. So it's important that you have the idea, or you are knowledgeable enough to know that things actually do grow, and then you don't just look at the end product and think that's what you want. So when you look at big things and you get overwhelmed about how do I achieve these things, you don't need to do that. What today's message is bringing to you is that you can actually achieve whatever you want through the power of micro progress. If you embrace micro progress, trust me, you can go so far with your success plans and dreams, and you can achieve those goals. For example, the commonest one I'll use as an example today is that a lot of people these days want to look slimmer, want to keep fit, and sort of have good health and all of those kinds of things. And then they probably rock it, do a lot of stuff, and some people get affected on the way, like taking certain medications for that are meant for other things for that, or probably going through surgery and all of those kinds of things. Yes, it may work for some people, but I know that there are people that have had negative results. So what micro progress does is, if you think you want to keep fit, you admire those your friends or cousins or colleagues who go to the gym, and the way they look, the way they are, and then you also want to have those nice things. I would rather advise that if you embrace micro progress, what you rather do is start by taking box walks, reduce probably driving, take some walks, get used to that, strengthen probably your feet, and build some sort of capacity, and then go into the gym, get yourself registered, start gradually with the professional guys there, and then you build yourself up, and then monitor and check. Of course, you have to obey the rules about dieting, lifestyle, rest, and all of those kinds of things as well. Add all those things together, and over time, I believe you will see result. Micro progress is strong, it's powerful, it works. You need to embrace it in today's world, in particular, where people are usually overwhelmed, burn out just because of progress, just because of success, and all those big dreams that everybody wants to achieve. And trust me, these things can actually be achieved. However, if you do not embrace micro progress, they will seem as though it's impossible to achieve them, or you get yourself burnout, or you get yourself really messed up trying to achieve those things. And even in some climbs, some people will say you are trying to, sort of do beyond yourself and all of those kinds of things. However, here at Sparks and Blues, we believe that you can achieve whatever you have thought about. So trust me, in doing those big things, just focus on micro progress. It works. It just does the magic. It allows you live life on your own terms. It allows you focus, allows you think, allows you make adjustment here and there. And then because there's a bigger picture, there's a goal, and you're focused, you're working with a target, you are calculated, you are measuring your steps. Trust me, you will definitely arrive there. So people walk up to me today and say, "Oh, Joy, I think I like what you've done with your career. I like the way you've moved and all of those kinds of things. How did you achieve these things?" And I simply tell them, what I did was, early enough, I understood the power of micro progress, and I just simply embraced it. And then what did I do? Technically, what I simply did was, I took out a period of 10 years, and I was able to go about all of the things I needed to take me to where I wanted to be. And I was able to achieve those things. Was it tough? Yes. Was it easy? No. It was tough. However, I was able to pull through because I was using the strategy of micro progress. When you embrace micro progress, you don't judge yourself, you don't listen to what people say, you don't get discouraged because you are so focused. You are the only one that can really see the picture. You are the only one that is really quite clear. Of course, it has to be calculated about where you are going. And then you begin to take those steps. You begin to take those steps, calculated steps. You measure them, And then you are consistent. That's the biggest part of it. If you're not consistent, you go in, you come out, you go in, you run away, you might get nowhere. But if you are consistent, trust me, over time, you will see your results just directly in front of you. So, yeah, we can never overemphasize the power of micro progress. It is good. It's important, especially in today's world, for youths, to embrace the power of micro progress. Do not think less of yourself. Do not assume you are not doing anything, but stay encouraged, because you know that what you are using, the strategy you are using, is micro progress. And always celebrate your tiny wins as they come. You know, do not just assume that, oh, because you've not done all this big loud stuff, you shouldn't celebrate. Go ahead and celebrate your tiny wins. They count, and they are also going to spur you into doing more. Now, what I've said, just to clarify, I have not said you should assume that laziness is what micro progress is, or being a mediocre, or doing things of low value and all of those kind of things. That's not what we're talking about. Micro progress also entails hard work, entails a lot of thinking, entails a lot of mental, work, and a lot of things are involved. The only difference is that you are taking it at your own pace, because you need to be alive anyway. You're taking it and ensuring that every other aspect of life is also going on. You don't necessarily need to shut down stuff, probably, shut down your marriage or shut down your ministry and all of those things to chase your career or to chase your education. All these things can actually come together if you simply embrace the power of micro progress. Thank you so much, guys, for having me and for listening to me.